Welcome to the latest episode of Two Large Gentlemen at the Cinema. Today, for viewing pleasure, we're going to go see and review Fast 9. Furious 9? F9?
F you?
F you? F me?
F
you?
F you back.
And all I know is if they do some kind of bullshit excuse, CGI or bullshit excuse for why Paul Walker's Brian is not in the movie, I want to start flipping tables and say, fuck this shit, I'm out. I mean, after the movie's over, because I paid for the movie, I'm going to sit there and watch the movie, because, how else are we going to review it?
Right.
And, every night they're going to be fighting some invisible guy, because, you can't see him.
You can't see them, yep. So should we get to the theater?
Well, we're already at the theater, man, so...
Oh, I thought you were going to hit the nose. Is it...
Get the fuck out of here, old man. You don't want none of this.
Is he trying to find a parking spot?
I don't know, maybe trying to find a place to get drunk. I don't know. I don't know the guy. Hey, wait,
Is he really going to park right
there? That was the guy that was going slow as fuck, and I had to wait to,
oh my god. Come on, guys. It's Fast and Furious.
Hit the NOS button. Oh, wait, I just turned off the air conditioner.
Don't turn on the air conditioner. What the fuck is that out here?
Alright, get out of my car.
Alright, fuck it.
Okay. So, yeah, we just got done seeing, F9.
The Fast Saga.
The Fast Saga. Alright, I'm gonna go right now my biggest complaint. I mean, we've all seen the trailers, even last year, we're like, oh my god, Han's back. But here's the thing, why would you resurrect the Han character? Because he died. And here's the thing, we all know he died, but why resurrect him? Because, what was it, Fast...
It was
no, hold
Tokyo,
on.
it was Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, but that's not it's not chronological, okay?
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, we know he was killed by Kylo Ren in Furious Fast 7, The Furious Awakens. What the fuck? Why would you bring him back when was he some sort of Force ghost now?
I mean, that's almost as bad as having your hand up Yoda's ass.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I mean, hello, Han died, and that was like, Kylo Ren's, final whatever into the dark side. Hello.
I will say one thing. Before we get into the meat potatoes of this review. There was one moment in the movie. Okay. I have two things wrong. The movie was too long. It was way too long.
Okay, one of my complaints was the fact that, it was nice. I actually had a whole row of seats to myself. But I'm glad it was back as far as it was, as I didn't have to sit there turn my head every time like something was going on.
Oh, right.
But, so I was close enough to where it's like, but that's what happens when you come in and like, hey, let's go do XD.
Yeah, and it was already filled, yeah. No. About midpoint through the movie, I was like, he's gonna be a good guy.
I'm going to say the same.
It was halfway through the movie, and then I was like, why do they keep taking like all the bad guys
here's the thing,
and making them good guys? Sort of. I mean, I guess Deckard Shaw is kind of a good guy. Not really. He's more of like on his own. Spoiler alert, he's in the movie.
Mid-credit scene.
Duh. I mean, these are always spoilers. Hey guys, Professor M with MajinPlanet.com here with two fat guys at the movies with Mr. J, and we saw the Fast 9, the Fast Saga. They pretty much brought back every character, I would almost say. There was a couple characters that I was like, who are these characters? Like, I mean,
Well, I think the rocket scientist was like a new character, but...
Yeah, I thought she was a new character, but they kind of played it off she wasn't.
No, that was a guy.
No. The girl.
I'm not talking about the girl, I'm talking about she's not a rocket scientist. She was just like a kid who was the,
Oh, okay.
the key to the Atlas
No,
thing.
not Elle. No, I got that. I'm talking about the other girl. The one who was like the tech genius.
Ramsey?
Yeah. Was she in one? Oh my
Jesus Christ, dude! What the fuck?
Just
Have
giving
you-
you shit. I think it might have. I think it might.
I watched all these movies last weekend.
No,
I think she-
watching them in the background.
I think
but-
it was 7. Was
I
it?
see. I thought it was her, but I wasn't. I was like,
Because she was like on the train and the thing, and then we had the whole. I think the opening scene was that they were going to getting her. Off
gotcha.
this, off this,
Okay,
not
that's
train, but
okay.
off the-
That's her. Okay, because like I think it was just the hairdo, or something. It threw me off. Like half of the movie, I was trying to like.
All I know is
who is she?
She
Oh.
hot.
And
Also was the actress who played Al.
so there was one character in the movie. So when they did the trailers and they were
I
like,
didn't see anybody.
and when they were like, John Cena is playing Dom's brother, like I think it was like the second trailer when they're like, it's Dom's brother, and I was just like, okay, I always took it as, you know, I mean, I think Vin Diesel has Mexican Spanish
Hold on,
heritage, but obviously that's the role he's kind of playing, like an American Spanish Mexican heritage in these movies. And John Cena's white. Like, he's white.
Yeah,
Like, he white. Like, he's white, okay? And so, like, when they're like, he's his brother, I was like, oh, maybe he's not actually, like, biologically his brother.
well, no, I was gonna say biological, but maybe.
But they made a scene, they had a scene where saying, they had, like, a little, they had a lot of, like, moments in this movie where they acknowledged how ridiculous the movie was. Like, they bring up the thing, like, you know, man, we like Invincible, like, I ain't got a scratch on me, you know. And I thought that was really funny.
Okay, his mother is white with English drum blue, and his dad was African American. Referred to his biological background, Diesel has said that he himself was definitely a person of color.
Okay, yeah. See, I figured he was African American.
Well, no, his adopted dad was African American.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But still, I mean.
But yeah, so
you know, it's mixed race. Does it matter? Not to
no,
me.
I mean, it was just like, you know, like they're like.
And,
they made a comment in the movie. They, I guess they felt they had to make the comment saying the Torettos
she said the Toretto. No, she said, I knew that the Toretto was like a mixed bloodline, but I didn't. So basically, she wasn't saying, oh, well, they're all mutts or whatever.
Yeah, so that
she's like basically just bringing up the fact that, you know, John Cena had like a square jaw,
super white.
Well, no, she just brought to us. You know, it could have been worse. They could have actually tanned him to where he looked like he could have been like.
God. That would have been bad.
Yeah, I know.
That would have been bad.
Okay, so if people think like, oh, what's your complaint about the movie? Is it the over-the-top stunts? No, I'm sorry, but with this franchise, the Saga, you now know that you're gonna get over-the-top stuff.
The space shit was too much for me. The space shit. So they had a car.
Well, but the only
that was too much for me.
My kind of complaint is that they brought it. I get it. Hey, we're trying to bring in all these characters from the past movies, which they showed up some like the younger crew. And again, I was actually kind of, because I watched on occasion Mr. Sunday Movies on YouTube, and they were doing I think like characters they could bring back for the next movies. And well, 2 of the characters they actually brought up and they were brought back in this movie. Sam, whatever the guy who played the thing, was it Sean from Tokyo Drift? And Bow Wow.
Yeah, the 2 guys from that movie that we haven't seen since Tokyo Drift.
No,
I think they might have appeared in one of the other ones.
The Sean character did actually show up in. Well, when they did Han's funeral, and
which was 6, right? Yeah.
Anyway, if people are kind of getting like the whole because he ruined the joke. He was supposed to say no, that was Star Wars, where I was doing the whole Han.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, he fucked it up. And if Diane, if you're watching this, don't watch this. I told you before, and you cannot tell me what kind of night or day to have. If she watches it, she'll get the joke. Anyway, anyways, because I was going to use that joke to lead into that stupid fact for the movie that the scenes where they were doing the rocket car testing was actually used in Force Awakens as Resistance base.
Which is crazy because I actually wasn't really aware of that.
Which is kind of funny due to the fact that there were some Star Wars jokes around.
There was tons of Star Wars jokes in this movie. Like there was this thing where he was like, "I'm Luke," and she's like, "Really? Would Luke build all this? You're more of a Yoda." He's like, "I'll take it. Yeah, Yoda's a puppet."
Give me an X-wing. I don't care. Someone find Chewbacca.
Oh yeah. He's like, "Give me a Millennium Falcon with Chewbacca." The guy next to me kind of chuckled at that one. Yeah. God, there's not a whole lot to say about this movie, other than I think they retcon a couple things. Like, I mean, again, like at this point, I'm like,
I almost thought
continuity. I'm like, almost. So
Yeah,
okay,
it's
so
pretty much like George Lucas, the movies were like, oh, this stuff happened in the past, but all of a sudden we're going to change it because.
well, okay, so the biggest change that I would say, and I guess I'm gonna need to go back and pay a little bit more detailed attention to the first one, because in the first movie, they're like, you can't trust Dom. He's bad. He's like, why is he bad? Oh, because he beat somebody to death.
No, he said they beat him so badly that.
They beat him so badly like he wasn't or something.
Because he had to eat through a tube or something.
Yeah,
like
so they didn't really say how old he was. I don't think, or who, or like I think it still happened on a racetrack.
No, it happened on a racetrack.
But this one actually
guy-
explains that it was.
The guy. Well, here's the thing. The guy. The guy tapped his. Hit his dad on the rear of the car. Sent him into the wall. So then you watch his dad burn. But I think he's part of the pit crew. But I don't think the age really matters. The
guy was the guy driving the car.
Thanks.
Wasn't it?
Yes, that was the guy.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, I said that you're talking about a guy, and the guy had hit, the driver had hit the back of his dad's car, hit him into the wall. He exploded, and he had to watch as his father burned. I think he said he was a kid, which means you can still connect with me.
Yeah, see, I don't remember if they say how old he was.
I think he just said it when he was a kid, didn't say like,
okay.
when I was like 5 years old.
So yeah, they basically this movie reveals why.
And all of a
like
sudden,
that
all
event.
of us see the young John Cena, pick up the, wrench. Like, oh Jesus, no. They said Dom did it, and then of course it shows Dom grabbing it from him.
Yeah, and then they don't actually show the scene, but it's implied. I was like, okay, so this is the moment. Okay, so it was because of his dad.
Well, it
was because Jacob, who is John Cena's character, was probably going to end up doing it, or probably doing something, and he stopped him and did it instead.
I will also say this way: when they did the whole a lot of times in movies from my experience, when they do flashbacks, or especially like a lot of newer movies where they'll somehow, okay, if you guys remember was it Wolverine Origins, where like the whole the one scene where they were in I think it was like World War II, and they were like, okay, back to back, and they were like fighting off.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden, and then it came back to play
full circle,
full circle with like back to back. I thought that's how they were gonna end the movie, where all of a sudden like whatever was done, and then I thought it was gonna end in a race where they're gonna be like, okay, you win this, you come back to the family.
I thought they would do something like that too, but I like the callback when he's like, a lot of people are gonna be after you now, and he's like, and then he does the whole like there's a lot of like huddled sense of like the Brian character in the movie.
Spoiler: mid-credit scene, you see a blue car.
Yeah, when he goes, he's like, somebody one time gave me a second chance with a 10-second car, and he gave him the keys.
He has like 10-second cars. How about a 2-second car?
God, 2-second car. God, the whole rocket thing in space, kind of like there. Okay, so this movie had a lot of. I understand.
Over the top, like
it wasn't even the over the topness of the movie. It was just the whole, like, you introduce a new character. I think the problem with this movie is that I think they're hoping that people would, and most people probably will. Like, you don't really need to spend a lot of time on a lot of characters because we've already established them.
However, I think they said they're going to do like a total of 12 movies. So there's like 3. I think the next 2 for sure. I don't quote me. There may not be 3, but I know there's at least 2 more, and they're filming them back to back.
Can you imagine, like, okay, F12, like having a scene with Vin Diesel, The Rock, and John Cena, and James what? Samo. That's his name, right?
Who?
Decker Shaw. I can't remember his fucking name.
Jason Statham.
There we go. Anyways, Man of Wrath, Mr. Crazy. I'm just imagining like a back-to-back scene with them all just like fighting some army. Because honestly, at this point, what can they do? What can they do? Like, it's just crazy. It's just ridiculously crazy on the like what they do. The one thing that there was a couple things that bothered me in this movie. I thought the pacing was kind of the pacing was bad. Like, and there was this whole thing where like Kurt Russell's character from the last movies. I'm assuming he died. I'm assuming they're implying. I'm not saying they didn't say he died. I'm implying that they implied that his character died, and he sent them these coordinates to this thing, and then it's revealed that the reason why Han survived is they faked it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. They faked his death, and it was Mr. Nobody who did it. It was Kurt Russell's character, obviously, did it, and then it's revealed that John Cena's character was actually working for him too, which is why he went to. I mean, like they're connecting things, so it's like okay, they're bringing it together. It's like okay.
It's funny. Think about how many people in this movie were actually in a Marvel movie.
A lot of them.
Ego.
Yep. Ego.
Groot.
Groot.
That's the funny thing. It's the same movie too.
No, John Cena hasn't been in an MC movie. I don't think. If they did it, he's Drax, is right. Just kidding. It's not Drax. I couldn't see him.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
It was really slow.
That'd be really, really slow. Okay, so like, I'm not gonna be overly critical of this movie because it's the 9th one. That's not counting Hobbs and Shaw. Which is technically number 10.
Which they're actually going to be doing, I think, at least
a sequel.
One or two more.
So, there's technically 10 films in the Fast and the Furious franchise, right? Or is there another one I'm missing? No. Hobbs and Shaw is the only spinoff, right? Okay.
I know.
There was another one for some reason.
I know. Supposedly they're talking about like doing some other ones. I don't know if it's like a. Now I'm not gonna lie. I consider definitely see a Roman and a Taj.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I thought when they announced Hobbs and Shaw, I thought they said they were gonna branch off and do other Fast and the Furious movies, not focus on like Dom's character and the main like family, but like on other side characters, which is like what they did with Hobbs and Shaw. But then I don't know, like Hobbs and Shaw did really well. I liked it. It did really well financially.
As far as the mid-credit
scene, they didn't continue.
Mid-credit scene, I mean, I wasn't expecting Han to show up at the door, but I thought it'd been funny. It was like the Rock's like, hey,
what are you doing?
You done with the bag?
Are you done with the bag? That was kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, and the guy who took over, who was the one of the pit guys was Yondu. There's another one. There's another. I was like, there's another one in the movie.
Let me put it this way. I mean, other than like it's a slight gripe bringing in the Mia character. She didn't really. I mean, she had some action scenes, but it's one of those things where like
they brought her in because I don't know.
I think they just wanted to bring in like, as many original cast.
It just
because when I was watching it, like watching the movies, I go, did she really know Han? But I don't remember. I guess I'd have to watch them again.
Well, see, here's the thing. So the thing about all right, for those of you who maybe not have watched all of them,
in case anyone wondered, the guy did leave.
He did leave. So you have Fast and Furious and Fast and Furious 2, obviously, or Too Fast, Too Furious, right? And then you have Tokyo Drift, which I think chronologically Tokyo Drift takes place a little bit further in the timeline than anyways. Okay, so then they had the soft reboot, which was Fast and the Furious, which was number 4. Okay. That was a soft reboot because Paul Walker's character, Brian, is now an FBI agent, which he was actually, I think, an undercover cop in the first movie, and they established because he helped Dom get away, he was fired from his job. Okay, and so they retconned it where that kind of never happened.
I don't know why I'm looking up what time is that place closed.
They already established they did a lot of small retconning. That's why I figured like the whole backstory with Dom actually beating that guy up with the wrench was because he said something about his dad, because he thought at the time that he caused his dad's death, which is revealed that it was actually his dad was in some financial problems and asked his son to do it.
Thing was, he was going to throw the race.
He was going to throw the race, not realizing that what he was having his son do would actually cause the vehicle to explode, which then Dom discovered that because I think they said that was the cause of the explosion or something, and that he was Jacob was the last one to the hood, so he blamed Jacob for it, and so that's why they split up as a family.
And then
or whatever.
Of course he's had like an epiphany where he's like seeing things that he couldn't.
That he probably like suppressed as a kid,
Well, no, but the thing was, is I mean, you watch it. It's one of those things where it's one of those things where you have like the person who could relive a memory that they've never actually even been a part of, but it's.
Well, I think it was one of those things where he saw his dad on the phone, didn't think nothing of it.
No, I'm talking about the whole thing where it's like Jacob doing it, like Jacob's in either kind of crying. You didn't. I don't think his character actually saw that, but again, it's story exposition.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like where he's walking and he sees like his dad on the phone, and like he probably didn't think nothing of it, but before that scene, he told him, "No, Dad, I knew I did do that because Dad told me to do it, and he told me not to tell you because he knew you would stop him." You know, and so that's guilt that he's gone with his entire life, and so he's realizing, oh, there was stuff that happened that he didn't actually notice. Like he's seen it, but he didn't know. He didn't realize that's what was going on.
It's one of those things that
so he felt guilty now because, you know, he pushed his brother away thinking his brother caused his death, but it was actually his dad's own doing.
Well, I don't think he actually planned on dying.
Well, no, he didn't plan on dying, but his dad put in motion what caused his death.
Basically,
so it was really nobody's fault.
Well, no, it
was an accident.
Still the guy that put him in the wall because, basically put him in the wall and then...
But yeah, I mean, but the car exploded though. So I mean, like, yeah, the guy put him in the... But the reason he got put in the wall is because his dad was planning on throwing the race anyways. But but it was like a chain of events. So it was all their fault and nobody's fault. So it was just a terrible accident.
No, Mr. Nobody had nothing to do with that.
No, he had nothing to do. Well, actually he did. He went around and impregnated millions of women
on different planets.
And then killed Peter Quill's mom.
Killed my mom.
But no, I mean, like I said, these movies are so ridiculous at this point. Like, the only thing they can do in F10. There's only one thing they can do in F10.
Have them fight sharks.
With freaking laser beams on their heads.
Freaking laser.
No. Is they'd have to do like a Transformers Fast and Furious crossover. Where like Vin Diesel's car is like fucking a Transformer now.
That's lame. I've seen those memes and shit. On
I know.
Facebook,
I mean, like, you know, and then like he drives over a cliff, can't make it, and Optimus Prime transforms and Jetfire attaches to him.
How about that whole thing, misdirection, where they think, oh, good, they finally got rid of Charlize Theron's character. Like, son of a bitch, she's still alive.
Oh, where they thought the drone? I knew it was a drone. Like I was like, it's a drone. They're not gonna kill her character off. I think they even said that her character is going to be like the main focus for the next 3 movies. So I mean, like when they brought her, I was like, oh yeah, she's still alive. She ain't dead. She ain't going away. But yeah, I was like midway through the movie, I was like, yeah, John Cena's character is gonna be good, or there's gonna be a redemption between him and his brother, and I was just like, okay, where's it gonna happen? And of course, the rich prick, you know, gets his.
I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure Cena will be back for.
Well, yeah, I think it'll be kind of like Deca Shaw and like The Rock's character, where they just kind of like enemies, and their first outing.
Well, they'll be frenemies.
And then they'll be frenemies, and then it's like, oh, your enemy is my enemy is now my friend, kind of thing. I don't know.
We usually ramble on this thing. I'm gonna give my thoughts. It's just one of those dumb action movies where you just sit back, and enjoy it. Unlike Tosh, who was all about math and science, you don't have to worry about the math and science because the movie does it for you.
Nope. Yep.
And it's just like one of those like dumb action movies. Just go and watch, and you don't even turn your brain off and think.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
pretty much.
You can put a Honda. Yep. Was it Honda Civic?
Honda Civic in space.
I think it was a Honda Civic.
It was.
But I don't know cars, so I really don't care.
But yeah, like the only thing, like, I think the biggest problem, actually not even the movie, was the fact that when we went to go see it, I looked at my watch. I was like, is the fucking credits over? Are the fucking previews gonna be over yet? Holy shit! 30 minutes for previews? Come on, Cinemark. Stop it. We've seen these trailers already. We don't need to see anything.
They don't have plenty of good trailers either.
No, I've seen all the trailers. I mean, whatever. Yeah, my overall thoughts for this movie, like, it's not my favorite Fast and Furious movie by far. It's probably like my maybe number 5 or number 6 on the list.
Well, like I said,
but like there was too many times in the movie where I was like, oh my god.
So that's what you were thinking. Me, as I turned my brain off.
Well, it wasn't that.
I was like, yeah, you know what? They can put a rocket engine on the car. Why not?
But he did. What was the thing that you said you were gonna flip a table on before we started?
Oh, if they were to somehow CGI.
So there's been a lot of talk. So obviously Paul Walker died.
Supposedly someone told me that Paul Walker's daughter was in the movie.
Really? You have to look that shit up now.
Yeah.
So my thought was, or the thought that I had was, I don't know if this is true, but I read somewhere or heard from somebody that the brothers of Paul Walker are interested to come back to reprise
I've
the
heard
role.
the same thing.
Okay, now I don't know how I feel about that.
Just, I get.
I mean, it sucks because Paul Walker was basically the face of the franchise. Like, honestly, he was the face of this franchise. It was a terrible accident that happened. Wrapped around a pole. And so they couldn't finish. It was F7, right? They couldn't finish F7. Yeah, it was F7. No.
Yeah.
It was F7. So, I mean, and his brothers came in to finish the film, and his character decided to retire. Like, they didn't kill the character. The character decided to go have his family and be happy. That's why bringing in Mia was kind of, what? Like, where's Brian at? Like, he was like, if they fucking bring Brian in, CG head, like Luke Skywalker from The Mandalorian, are you Brian? Are you Brian? I am. Like, not that it was bad, not that that was bad, but like, it wasn't good. Like, and then it was only for a few scenes. Like, you can't bring Brian in for a few scenes. He's got to be part of the movie, kind of thing. So the thing is with the de-aging and all that now, the technology's there. Like, even Tarkin from Rogue One, like, he told me at the end of the movie, he's like, yeah. I was like, man, he looks really good. Like, wasn't he in Episode 4? Was that like in the 70s? And he's like, dude, he died like in like what, mid-80s?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And I was like, what? I mean, obviously I realized I knew Leia was.
Okay, so the little kid that was in the garage with with his dad talking about the cars, that was actually Vin Diesel's kid.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, the kid, yep.
Not the older one.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, if he's not like a major part of the film, you know, because the thing is like the face tracking with the like the CG, you know, and it's like at that point, if they're able to bring back an actor who's been dead for several years now and superimpose their face on another actor's body and pretend to be and play that actor as they're playing that character.
Okay, you know what?
That's just crazy. Now you don't even need actors anymore.
Who the hell was this?
You don't need actors anymore.
Who the hell was supposed to be looking up, but I completely forgot?
Oh, I thought you were looking up Paul Walker's daughter. Was in the movie.
Yeah, and Bow Wow's down note of Shad Moss, his real name.
Yes.
So he's not Bow Wow anymore.
He's not Bow Wow anymore.
So Bow Wow, or if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
We're sorry. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm okay with it because it's not like a studio trying to do it. It's like his actual brothers, or like, they're not trying to make money off of it. They're just like, hey, you know, people loved him in these movies. We want to like, because I think I even read somewhere they said that his salary would go to like charity or something.
Well, there's someone named Ella Walker, but I don't think that's her.
No, that doesn't look like her.
But that doesn't mean anything because I have no idea what the
yeah. So I mean, I guess I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I guess. I mean, what do I have to say, anyways? You know, like, if I don't like it, I don't like it. You know, like obviously, like I said, like I'm like out of like, and you guys haven't given us any feedback on like rating systems, so we don't really have a. I mean, I'm gonna give this I don't know. I'll probably give this like a 3 out of 10. No, that's really bad. 3 out of 5. Like a 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Fasties.
Yeah, that was not her.
No. Okay.
Anyway,
but yeah. Anyways, I mean, yeah. Go see it, guys.
I'll give it a 3.5.
Go see it. I mean, like it was a fun, dumb movie. There was a couple moments where I was like, okay, come on now.
Once again, you've decided to
turn my brain on. I did think it was a little too long, and the pacing was kind of off. But I think for me, the pacing was just because of all the flashbacks they had. And I understand why they did the flashbacks. They're trying to establish John Cena's character as the brother. I get that. The movie was fine. It's a good movie. Go see it. Go see it.
When you see Fast and Furious, the special edition, and they somehow, start throwing in like little CGI, like pictures of like John Cena's character, the character on the walls in the house. That has to be like, okay, you know what? I'm done with the Fast and Furious. Because, oh shit.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't really have any pictures in the house of Jacob, just because of like how they
it got blown
split.
up. No, it got blown up, but I'm sure that the way the house is set up is like still like an old house. I'm sure they'd have like pictures.
Maybe, I don't know.
Especially if Mia cared as much about him as she says she did, she would at least have like a picture or something somewhere.
That's true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they might have like photo albums or something, but I mean, I don't know.
And maybe they'll sit there and do that, and like they'll play oh crap, I can't think of the band's name now.
Yeah, guys, it was a good, it was a decent movie. It was worth the points that I used to watch it, to see it. Yeah, I don't know much more to say. I don't have a lot to say about Fast and Furious, because I do think it was really smart of them to turn it from like a drag racing franchise to like a,
come on, man, street racing.
Well, drag racing, street racing, whatever.
I'm sure they're
like they changed it from like, they still do kind of that. They still have that element in there, but they changed it from like just straight up like we're just racing to like a heist, kind of like super like almost like mixing James Bond kind of stuff. Because like, yeah, like I'm thinking like James Bond and like the Italian jobs and Ocean 11 into like car racing.
Did you not get the joke in Hobbs and Shaw? Like, you drove one of those? Yeah, for a little job.
Yeah, I that was hilarious because he was in that movie. So I was like, okay, that's cool. All right, anything else you want to say?
No.
We're gonna race off.
No,
Oh.
I don't did pick up any else at Walmart.
Oh yeah, they don't sell it there.
Yeah, they do. They have it.
They
in
do?
In the
Hardware.
energy drink aisle.
Okay.
Nah, it's what's for dinner.
It's what's for dinner. Nice. It's what's for dinner. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Turn the phone off.
No. Stop watching.